Please help me welcome to the stage Samantha Ruddy, everybody. Let her hear it.
Trying to make some changes, trying to better myself. Recently started vaping because I have too many friends and I don't need them all. People hate it. I was trying to discreetly vape in a bathroom the other day and the woman in the stall next to me kept going so I was like, oh good, she's doing coke so she won't care. So I hit my vape and my stupid cloud of shame rises into the air. And then I just hear her go, hey, there's no smoking in here. I was like, you're doing cocaine. She was like, yeah, but my cocaine use doesn't affect people around me. I was like, let me talk to your family. I'm gonna be the judge of that. I'm 27, I don't like it. I don't. I thought I'd be an adult by now, and I'm not. I have the same problems I did when I was a kid, but now I just have to put the word adult in front of them. I'm breaking out because I have adult acne. I can't pay attention because I have adult ADHD. I got kicked out of my Airbnb because I was making adult movies. Just same stuff, different day, you know? I direct. I'm not good at being an adult. I'm not. And I can pinpoint the exact moment where things went wrong. My senior year of high school, we got to pick electives. I chose to take philosophy instead of money management. So, to this day, I cannot balance a checkbook. But I do know nothing about philosophy either. People are like, why is your credit score so low? And I'm like, can one truly score your credit? They can, it's 500. I don't know anything about money. I don't know anything about sex. My mom gave me the worst sex talk of all time. I was like, Mom, what do I do if I feel like I'm ready to start having sex? And she was like, stay away from it. We were all doing it in the 70s, but it's much stronger now. I was like, are you talking about weed? She was like, I don't know, I'm so high. I wish my mom smoked weed. She's so Catholic, she would never. She's very straight-laced, very uptight. Recently, I was buying a violent video game, and she came with me because I'm 12. And she cut me off on my way to the cashier. And she was like, hey, Mr. GameStop, I just have to ask, is this game violent? And he was like, yeah. And my mom said, well, I'm just worried about my kid playing it. And he goes, well, how old's your kid? And my mom says, 27. And then I swear to God, he goes, is it this woman? I was like, you heard the lady, can I handle it or not? I couldn't. It's very violent. I have nightmares every night. Don't play Madden. No, I love the NFL, I do. I'm super into it, but I've been trying to get into the NBA because it's way gentler. Even the team names in the NBA are less aggressive than NFL team names. The NFL is we're the Minnesota Vikings, we're fierce. The NBA is we're the Utah Jazz. We're difficult to appreciate. We're the Denver Nuggets. We're 4 for $1. It's much more whimsical, you know? I'm having a good summer. I just started a new job I'm excited about. I started doing warm-up at a TV show. It's so fun. I love it. They gave me a t-shirt gun. Has anyone here ever shot a t-shirt gun? Oh my God, it's so much better than a regular gun. I was goofing around with one of the producers backstage. I held a gun up to his head. He was like, please, I have a family. I was like, well, what are their sizes? hopefully large, it's mostly larges. We have to fit a lot of diverse body types. It's the first job I've ever had that I've been good at. Yeah, like I'm from Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, you can still be fired for being gay. I never have. I've only been fired for being a bad employee. I got fired. I was like, why? Is it because I have a girlfriend? They were like, no, we love your girlfriend. Is she looking for work? We just had an opening, you know? I was such a bad employee in my early 20s that I have no idea if anyone I ever worked with was homophobic. There was always a valid reason to be mad at me. Why hate me because I'm gay when you can hate me because I sign off on professional emails with keep it sleazy, you know? It's a better reason. I am from Pennsylvania and I miss it. It's a cool state, you know? You have like Philly and it's like this great diverse city and like Pittsburgh's awesome. And also, okay, like the rest of it's pretty white, but that doesn't mean it's not diverse. Like there's parts of Pennsylvania that are hillbilly and Italian. What a combination, why, you know? They're like, when you're here, you're family, and we're into that. I'm moving back. So I am a gay lady. I've had a girlfriend for a long time. We just had our 8-year anniversary, and oh, thanks, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do something like really exciting and fun, so I got us a hotel room. And I got like a nice one though, you know? Like I didn't get 2 twin beds like last time because she got mad. I'm Catholic. So I got us a king-size bed and she was so excited. She was like, oh my God, you got a king-size bed. And I wanted to say something like cool and smooth and sexy, but instead what I said was, yep, a king-size bed for my king-sized girl. What? Am I broken? Don't let yourself go on autopilot if your autopilot is a suicide bomber. Wow. She can't break up with me because I can't go back to dating. I wasn't good at it and I don't like it. The last time I went on a date, we had sex. Neither of us finished. And then without saying a word, she just started masturbating. Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. I felt like I was watching somebody open a jar that I couldn't get open. As soon as she finished, I was just like, I loosened it. So, how about a little credit? You guys on the apps? Seamless, Grubhub? My friend said she just deleted her last dating app. I was like, oh, what was your holdout? Like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble? She was like, no, the flat earth one. I was like, oh, why'd you delete it? Because the earth's round? She was like, no, the guys were jerks. I just like the idea that all the guys on the flat earth dating site are like cocky assholes. Just with lines in their profile like, no fatties, the world isn't round, you shouldn't be either. It makes sense that the guys on the flat earth dating site would be delusional about the kind of women they can land, you know? If you can look at our clearly round earth and be like, that's flat, you can definitely look at yourself in a mirror and be like, I'm a 10, you know? She said the last straw for her was when one of them ghosted her. I was like, oh, well, did he ghost you or did he fall off the face of the earth? I don't know. I think I could date a conspiracy theorist. Any conspiracy theorists in here? Yeah. What are you, a 9/11 guy? What are you? Everything. He's like, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, vaccines are bad, I love it all. I think I could date a conspiracy theorist. I really could, honestly. Because, like, I think their passion is invigorating. Like, they would always match your level of outrage about anything. I used to date this girl. Whenever I complained to her about anything, she always played it down. I'd be like, my boss an asshole. And she'd be like, oh, I bet he's just having a bad day. A conspiracy theorist would never do that. I'd be like, my boss is an asshole. And she'd be like, yeah, I bet he shot JFK. We don't know who did that. I don't know. I'm getting older. I'm not old. It's like I'm getting into like my late 20s. I'm a little worried that I'm aging roughly, because like when I was in high school, guys in nice cars used to drive by me, yell things like, "You're beautiful." And then by the time I was in college, it was more like, "Nice tits, my Toyota Camry." And last week, I got passed by a public bus. And some guy who just stuck his head out the window was like, "Meh." So, it's okay, you can laugh, he did. I don't know, I'm not taking care of myself, you know? Like, one of my friends from high school is a model now. That's crazy to me. We used to like do our math homework during lunch together, and she would always be like, "I'm never gonna need this stuff." She was right. I mean, like, as a model, she has never needed lunch. I don't know, I'm not in good shape. But I have friends who are, and I know they are, because they post about it on Facebook every day. Yeah, like there's this app that tracks your running stats. It'll say things like, "John ran for 4 miles today and earned his calorie incinerator badge." "Why don't you write on his wall and congratulate him?" Like, I wish there's an app that tracked how much Netflix I watch. Just like Sam watched every episode of Tiny House Hunters. Earned her hadn't off the couch in 2 weeks badge. Why don't you go over to her house and see if she's okay? That'd be my ideal app, you know? Anybody here using a Netflix account that isn't theirs? All of you. How do they make money? Whose account are you using?
My baby brother.
Your baby brother's. Oh, that's adorable. Is he actually a baby? Oh, he's 24, okay, because that would be really impressive. He was just like, "Black Mirror's great, you gotta try it." I'm 2 years old. I'm not judging you guys for not using your own accounts. Like, I'm not using my own account. For the past 3 years, I've been using the Netflix account of the guy who got my cousin pregnant. Whoops. Yeah, it turns out he's not great at logging out either. Man, I'm glad you guys like that, because it goes one of two ways. Either people are into it or my cousin's here. Nah, I've been on a big horror movie kick. I've been watching a ton of horror movies on Netflix. I never liked them before, but I went to a Hot Topic, it won me over. Now I like them. One of the only things I don't like about horror movies is that almost all of them are about teenagers. Let's get a little diversity in there. I want to see a movie about senior citizens, you know? Because they wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be like, "This demon poses a serious threat to your life." And they'd be like, "Yeah, so do stairs." Like, come at me, bro. Like, I'm not afraid of ghosts. I'm afraid of unshoveled sidewalks. Some of my best friends are ghosts. Like, shovel your sidewalks. Oh, man. Do you guys have kids? No. Boo. One lady's like, "Yeah, they're in the car." Oh, man. I don't know if I want kids. I really don't think I'd be a good mom. Like, I recently adopted an otter from the aquarium. And when I went to visit, I was like, "That's my otter. I would know my otter anywhere." And the aquarium guy was like, "Actually, these are the sea lions." I was like, "Don't tell me how to raise my son, okay? He's an otter." Also, having a baby is super expensive for lesbians. Like, artificial insemination costs $5,000. I don't have that. I'm lucky, though, because one of my guy friends is, like, in love with me. So. I just asked him, "Will you lend me $5,000? think he would. A lot of lesbians don't like it when men hit on them. I don't mind it. I was getting hit on by a guy the other day, and he just like wasn't picking up on social cues or outfits. He kind of leaned over to me and he was like, I think it's pretty sexy when a woman asks me out. I was like, me too. Guess we have that in common. We should hang out sometime. Oh man, I'm having a fun year. I love being here in Colorado. I really do. I come here whenever I can. I used to live here in 2013, right when you guys were like legalizing weed. It was great, but like, here's the thing: you guys have always been cool, but like the rest of the country didn't realize it till you legalized weed. Like when you guys legalized weed, it was like you lost the glasses and took your ponytail down. And the rest of the country was like, you've been a hot chick the whole time? And you have, You really she's-all-dadded the country. I'm from New York. It's not legal there. It's crazy to me that it's not just legal everywhere. Like, one of the only arguments you'll hear against legalizing weed is that it'd be bad for families. I think cigarettes are way worse for families. Yeah, because like a ton of people have dads who went out to get cigarettes and never came back. My friend's dad smokes weed, never leaves the house. Say what you will about stoner dads, they stay. Like, he might not be at your Little League game, but he's gonna be there when you get back. Win or lose, you're getting ice cream. So. It's a good dad. I love the names of weed strains because they're like the nicest sounding thing on earth, or they're horrifying. It's like, oh, what's this one? Oh, it's a sativa grown in British Columbia. It's called Mother Nature's Gentle Caress. Great. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is an indica grown in my buddy Carl's basement. It's called Anxiety Tornado. Yeah, it's a very close cousin to the strain everyone's talking about you. I was arguing with my friend about medical marijuana the other day, and he said that he doesn't think it'll ever be taken seriously as a medicine because pot has names like green crack and Alaskan thunderfuck. I think they should start giving prescription medications weed names. I have no history of erectile dysfunction, but I would take Viagra every day if it was called pineapple stiff dick. Or you call Adderall, OG, clean your whole apartment. I'd be on that right now. I am. I have a lot of jokes about weed, and like sometimes after shows, people come up to me, they'll be like, oh, hey, you're the weed comic, here, take some weed. Which is great, but I really need to start writing jokes about money. Very broke. I got to go to Australia for the first time this year. Any Australians here? Good. Fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a lovely continent. No, it's great. But here's the thing, I'm bitter. Because all I wanted to do in Australia was pet a koala bear. And they won't let you. And it's because all the koala bears have the clap. Did you guys know this? I don't know how they find the time. They sleep like 20 hours a day. But they all have the clap. Here's the thing, I don't care. I've risked getting the clap for way worse reasons, Like, I once hooked up with a guy because we both liked Arrested Development. Like, I don't like guys. Look at my haircut. I love koala bears. So I got the clap. But not from petting it. Oh, just sneak a little bestiality joke in. Now I'm gonna go to an airplane joke. Everyone told me the flight was gonna be awful. They're like, oh, the flight's terrible. It's not, it's just long. Long doesn't mean bad, short doesn't mean good. Ask any woman on Tinder. The worst flight I've ever been on in my entire life was an hour long. It was from Tennessee to Alabama. The flight attendant was also the pilot. There was no beverage service. He was just like, hey, if y'all want a beer, let me know. Toss one back from the cooler. If your flight has a cooler, get off. It was so small, they had to take our weights. So my girlfriend was like, hey, Sam, I need to know how much you weigh. And I was like, 160 pounds. And she's like, I need your real weight. Because this to balance the plane out. I was like, I'm sorry, 170 pounds? She was like, the plane will crash. We will not get to see my parents this weekend. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that we wouldn't have to hang out with your family. I weigh 50 pounds. I will take this fucking plane down. I'm not going to Alabama. I went to Alabama. Oh, man. I'm so happy to be here. I really do love Denver. Where should I go get brunch tomorrow? What's the spot?
Sam's Diner.
All right, I heard Wendy's. No, I like brunch. You guys are big brunch people, and I could tell because I just started a fucking riot when I asked. I really do. I like brunch, but I don't go anymore. I don't do it anymore because I don't trust my friends. Every time we go out and we get drunk together on a Friday night, somebody's always like, we should all go get brunch tomorrow, and we never do. Nobody's ever said they were gonna do something at 4 a.m. and then done it. Except for cocaine. Just cocaine, you know? Now, when my friends try to make drunk brunch plans, I just feel like a Shark Tank judge. I'm like, you have no real plan. I've seen this idea fall apart before. And I know for a fact that you don't have the money. So for these reasons, I'm sleeping in. I hope that didn't offend any cokeheads who love brunch. I don't get offended easily. I did get offended the other day. I was at a comedy show, and a comedian made a joke comparing comedians to prostitutes. And I thought that was offensive. Like, mainly to prostitutes. Because they're way more consistent at their job than we are at ours. Like, I don't think a sex worker has ever gone home and been like, they hated me. One guy walked out before I finished, you know? All right, that's it for me. Thank you, guys.